Welcome back. If you're a fan of Kenny Rogers, a week today, you will not want to miss the concert taking place at the Coast Hotel and Conference Center in Kamloops. Marty Edwards will be performing, sitting next to me, also known as Kinda Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, great to be here.
Yes, and your promoter, Mike Shell, joining us from Shell Shock Entertainment, which is based in Kamloops, but also out of Kelowna. Great to have you here as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you look like Kenny Rogers, a whole bunch. You get that all the time.
I do.
Tell me this, when you're out shopping somewhere, do people say, you look a lot like Kenny Rogers?
All the time.
I bet.
All the time. I've never used it for evil, although the temptation's been there. But I think of myself as a Kenny Rogers ambassador.
Nice.
And I met him a number of years ago in Billings, Montana. And we chatted, and when I left, he said, "Now don't go out and get me in any trouble." And I took that to heart, and so I make sure that, you know, I've had people who come up and wanted pictures with me, and I know why. And I say, well, you know who I am? They go, oh, you're Kenny Rogers. I said, well, no, I'm not. I'm an impersonator. I'm Kinda Kenny. And I've had some people get upset because one woman in Vancouver wanted a picture, and then afterwards, when I told her who I was, she said, why did you have to tell me that? It just ruined it for me. You know,
really?
It was the best thing to happen. So I don't say I am, but if anybody asks, but I also don't, you know, don't say I'm not unless I'm directly asked.
Okay, you don't want to disappoint people.
Exactly.
They leave with that good feeling in their heart.
Yeah.
Excellent. So Mike is your promoter,
Yes.
and you're not just about being here in Kamloops or Kelowna. You perform internationally.
Absolutely.
Like Australia, and tell us about that a little bit.
Australia is 6 to 8 weeks. Usually every 12 to 18 months, I'm in Australia. We sell out every show. They're huge country music fans in Australia, which was surprising for me, as was Malaysia. When I toured Malaysia, I thought, you know, would they even understand the words? But English actually was the first language in Malaysia for many, many years. And looking out in the audience, they're mouthing the words as I'm singing. So it really was a surprise to me.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So you're back in BC right now. You're performing in Kelowna. You're performing in Kamloops, obviously a week tonight. When's Kelowna's show?
The 29th, November the 29th, 26th in Penticton, and the 28th in Vernon.
Okay, so you're doing the rounds.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is it just you, or does anybody perform with you?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah.
My favorite person to perform with, Dolly Parton.
Of course.
Yeah, and it's a gal by the name of Wendy T. She comes out of actually Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, where is the home of Dollywood, and she does a show down there, and so she's coming up for that, and we have a special guest, Reba.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fun night. We have a video, rather than putting you through your paces on the show today. Here you are. Tell us where we are here. Is this Australia?
That's Australia. And you might think that's the only jacket I've got. It was just coincidental.
That's right. That's always how it goes. What is it like in Australia performing there?
It's great. We sell it every show. And once again, the people are huge fans there. Kenny himself has toured there. He won't tour. This is his last year for touring, actually.
Is it?
Yeah. And when he's finished this tour, he's extended it a little bit from what he was going to do. I think it's hard to give up.
Yes, I bet.
And I'm easy to know that for sure.
Right.
But great audiences, very. I really like Australia. You know, it's very similarities to Canada. Parts of Canada are absolutely, you know, really uncanny. Other than the fact it's really expensive there to live.
More so than Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good to know. Interesting. I've always wondered about that.
Yeah. But well worth going and spending time there.
Awesome. So, Mike, if people want to buy tickets, they can still do that. I know that etixnow.com is probably the best way to do it. What can you tell us about that?
Definitely eTix Now. You can get tickets for the Kelowna, Penticton, and Kamloops show on eTix Now. I can tell you as well that there's about 60 tickets left for the Kamloops performance on November 30th. Okay. We actually went to the Coast Convention Center this morning before coming here, and had a great look at the room. And there's the poster, of course, with the ultimate tribute, and that's what people need to understand. And you know, we've brought in the best of the best, as Marty has just mentioned, with Wendy T from Nashville. It is also backed by 3 international musicians that are based in the Okanagan, who are the best of the best as well. So we've got a great night of entertainment, and basically with this show, we should also mention with certain situations that have come up that we are actually donating money per ticket to the BC Cancer Foundation, and I'll quickly have Marty quickly mention that, I think.
Let's talk about your reasons for that.
The reason I was living the dream, touring, and it's different when you're touring like this as a what I would call like a specialty act. You get treated in many cases like the real star, which has been great. And so I was living the dream, and then January of this year, it all came crashing down for me. I was diagnosed with colon cancer, and major surgery middle of February. And I wasn't sure if I would survive, let alone be able to perform again. The good news was that all the cancer was, there was three places in my colon, so that's why they had to take it out, because it was like here, here, and here. Yeah. And it was all contained in there. It hadn't metastasized anywhere. And I've become, since then, a real evangelist, an advocate for early detection, because
Sure.
it can be, you can fix it.
You can save your life.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so thrilled to hear that you have managed to do that. It sounds like you are back onto the road to health. You look healthy as a horse, by the way.
And feel it too, thank you.
Well, I'm just glad that you're here. You're able to perform. You can do what you love, and you're giving back to the BC Cancer Agency, which is a win-win for everybody then.
Yep.
Yeah, lovely to have you here, Marty.
Oh, pleasure.
Great to have you. Mike, thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here. Thanks for being in touch to let us know about Kenny coming to town.
Definitely.
Kind of Kenny with Dolly and Reba, by the way, next Wednesday night, Coast Camels Hotel and Conference Center, etixnow.com.